This is Renee Dykes, and where do you live, Renee?
I live in Winder, Georgia.
And you grew up there?
Yes, sir. Born and raised in Barrett County Hospital, and I lived because they have a formidable reputation.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, inside joke.
So how much, so when you came up here as a student, was that your first experience with the North?
Yes.
So what were some things that seemed strange to you?
Well, my friend Lori, we were upstairs on the very top in the girls' dorm, and she asked me to go get her pop.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know what that was.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything down south is called Coke.
Okay.
So if you go get like a Sprite, you say, I'm going to get a Coke, and you come back with a Sprite. They're not going to say, you hypocrite.
Any carbonated drink is
It is
a
a
Coke.
Coke.
I see.
Yes.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't know what grits are.
What are they?
Grits? Grits are, you know what, I don't even know what they are. I don't know what's in it, but I know it's just an amazing mixture of stuff. You can put so much stuff in grits.
Mm-hmm.
Put cheese, put bacon, just makes it so much better if you put bacon. Anything's bacon. And grits. It's just like, it's gritty.
Mm-hmm.
You eat it with breakfast or lunch, like chicken and grits.
Mm.
Or
I'd like to try grits sometime.
grits are interesting.
I have had grits. Okay. Was there anything that was hard to adjust to?
Well, I only come up here once a semester. So I guess something that I needed to get adjusted to, I don't come from a holiness background. I actually come from a Baptist background, and now I go to a non-denominational church. So I guess that was kind of an adjustment. I actually never heard of the particular denomination, so that was kind of an adjustment.
Okay.
But
You mentioned in your paper about sweet tea.
yes.
So that's the
That's
normal drink
another
down there.
adjustment. Like whenever I asked for tea, they would give me iced tea with sweet and low. To me, that is not sweet tea. Sweet tea is like 2 cups of sugar and a pitcher of tea to make it sweet. It's like syrup,
Mhm.
but that's what we're used to.
What about manners and courtesy? Do you see a difference in that?
Most of the time, well, I think a few times, like anytime I go to a store, like I say in the South, like Walmart or anywhere, you always say, hi, how are you doing? And you say, oh, I'm fine, how are you? Well, I'm well. Sometimes here it's just hi. I'm not used to that. I'm always like, how are you doing? And then some people won't even say, they'll just walk by.
Mhm.
But just, okay, it's just something I had to get used to. It's like, oh, I'm great, thanks for asking.
So normally, they would take more time
Yes.
for those exchanges,
Mhm.
even if it's somebody you don't know.
Right, even a stranger on the street, sometimes they'll just stop and ask you, how you doing? You know, what's your name? Sometimes, might even go a little bit further. But usually the common courtesy is, how are you? I'm fine, how are you? Doing well. How's your day going? Or talk about, something like that, so.
Okay, good. Somebody have a question for Renee?
Is it pecan or pecan?
It's pecan. I'm sorry.
Pecan.
It
Pecan
is.
pie.
Well, my dad was raised on a pecan farm in South Georgia. He said pecan, so I say pecan.
Well, he ought to know if he was
I
raised
don't
on.
know. Even me and Meredith Moser had this conversation. He's like, what's the nut in South Georgia? Pecan.
All right.
So, it's a pecan. My coworkers actually get very agitated with me.
Yeah.
They'll say, it's pecan, Renee. No, it's not. It's pecan.